Bruh.
Whew. What's going on, everybody? I hope you're doing all right today. I'm doing pretty good. I'm really glad to be back streaming. And by the way, little update about tonight. Tonight is my first stream on Twitch, not Twitch, on Kick. And I see I have a W Dill, man. What's going on? How you doing? I hope you're doing okay, man. Thank you for joining my very first Kick stream. We're going to get started in a few minutes. Basically, how I run my streams when I normally do multi-streams like this. I usually do my Doghouse episode, which is a video series that I do. And then sometimes if I have time, I'll do a bit of an after show. Sometimes people like to put links in the chat for videos for me to watch or stuff for me to read. When it comes to rules, I don't have a lot of rules per se. Just try not to get overly political, because I don't like getting overly political in videos. At least I try not to. Sometimes it just ends up happening. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Give me 1 second. I need to do a little more promotion. No, that's not what I wanted. Open Discord. Yes, allow Discord. Oh, by the way, one thing I can do, if you want you want to listen to the music that I'm listening to right now that I use for my streams sometimes, there's a link for it. Matter of fact, let me also post it in the YouTube chat too. Oh, there's no. Do. Da. All right. Where how'd you go? There you go. Put you up here. Throw this in the Discord server. Also, all my links are below. If you want to take a look at anything else I do, my YouTube channel, my what do you call it? My Discord server. If you want to join the Discord server. What else? Discord server. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you feel free. If you feel like it. If not, all good. I understand. Did I get logged out of Twitch? What the hell? Why do you always do this? Whatever, it's fine. Da. And also, what time is it? Almost 6 o'clock. Very good. I'm not gonna be on too long. I normally am never on for too long. But if you're here, just sit back, relax, enjoy yourself. If you want, enjoy the music. I'm gonna have to mute it in a minute because I do have to do my talking portion of this. What the? Hang on a sec. Sorry about that. Heard a loud crash and I kind of got nervous for a sec. Da. Let's see. Turn closed captions off for that. 5.2. All right. Cue this up for a minute. Yeah, leave it at that resolution, I guess. What else do I need? I guess if I have time, I could talk about this too. Why not? Oh, by the way, there is something I do want to say. If you are on Kick, like I said, this is my very first stream on Kick. If you're just popping in to say hi, that's okay. I hope you're doing all right. I hope you enjoy the content. I want to start streaming on Kick a lot more, but I am not leaving Twitch or YouTube. I'm not going to stream exclusively on one platform. There will be a platform that I do stream on a lot on more than I do others, which just is by chance. So be on the lookout for that. I'll try to alternate as best I can, but I'm not going to promise anything. I don't like making promises. Neon still streams? I didn't know Neon still streamed. Granted, I hear he's been doing a lot better. But I guess you guys in the comments can tell me, or in the chat, you guys can tell me how wrong I am, but we'll figure that out later. All right, let's... what do I want to start with? I know I'm going to have to... I'm going to have to mute my phone so I don't get... so none of my... my alert doesn't come up on the video when I do Doghouse. By the way, speaking of Doghouse, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I had a big issue with artifacting in my Doghouse videos. I think I fixed that. I'm not sure if I did. I'm going to confirm tonight, but I think I fixed it. So you're not going to see that. Hopefully we're not going to see that anymore, but I'm not going to make any promises. Gotta say, we're doing good. We're doing good. Where are we at time? 2 more minutes. Alrighty. Wait, is that what... oh, I was about to say, is that Darkside Phil? Alright. Alright, I'm gonna mute the music. And I'm gonna get recording on OBS, hit record on OBS, and then we are gonna get started. Let me just get back to the... here we go. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready? As Slick Rick used to say, here we go. Ooh, what's happening, everybody? It is your man, Big Dog, here. Welcome to episode 220 of the Dog House. That's right, we are at 220 episodes, and yet I still haven't gotten in trouble with Twitch. That's something to celebrate. Oh boy, is it really though? But enough about that. Couple things I wanted to let you guys know about. I'm recording this on Thursday, which is also today. I am doing my very first stream on Kick, as in addition to streaming on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. So to everybody that's watching me live on Kick, hello, how you doing? My name's Brandon. My friends call me Big Dog. And welcome to the madness. In all seriousness, like I said in my video explaining why I started my Kick account, basically is just for me to pretty much cast a wide net when it comes to audience. So that's basically the big reason why I'm doing it. Also, I hate to say this, Twitch has really made me very unhappy, but I don't want to just up and leave Twitch because I do have a fan base on Twitch, and I don't think that's fair to them. So yeah, this is where we're at. Every time I do a Doghouse stream, I am going to be streaming to Twitch, YouTube, and Kick. I might start Twitter as well. I haven't decided yet. We'll see. Anyway, let's get into today's topics. Now, not too long ago, last week, I believe it was last week, we had Summer Games Fest, which is kind of how I see it as kind of an E3 equivalent, even though technically I'm starting to think E3 was a lot better. But that's just my opinion. Anyway, we had a few announcements come out of Summer Games Fest that kind of made me interested. One of them was something that I was not expecting to be announced as early as it was. But you know what? I'm not gonna talk too much about it. Let's just see for yourselves.
Welcome to the Guild. We have been expecting you.
Okay.
Please, follow me. You already know us as a global tech leader. Our software, our systems, combined with our skilled team, is designed to save lives.
I need to buy more coasters.
Your years of service have shown you the importance of our work. Here, you'll witness the global scope of that mission in action. Let me introduce you to our esteemed visionary.
For too long, we have been bound by
Are those
outdated
tattoos on her
systems,
face?
accepting limitations instead of redefining them. The Guild is safeguarding tomorrow now.
I've always
pioneering the future of
Can I just say I've always
worldwide.
wanted a drone? My dad has one,
Advancements are designed to elevate
and I haven't gotten to
everyday
fly it
life.
yet, but I've always wanted a drone.
The future of technology on a global scale.
Uh-oh. Everything is not what it seems.
CEO of the Guild.
Well, not the Hmm. I really hope I don't get copyrighted for this, but I probably will. Whatever. I don't make money off these videos anyway.
Fear is a powerful thing.
What the butterfly do to you, man? That was not fair. Yep. That's right. Now I got to be honest with you guys. When I watched the Xbox Summer Game Fest, the Xbox Summer Game Fest showcase, this was the last trailer that they showed at the showcase. And I got to be honest with you, when I saw it, I was thinking to myself, okay, this looks pretty cool. And I'm a sucker for the futuristic sci-fi stuff. Then they showed that it was going to be Black Ops 7, and I was like, oh. Why'd you have to do that? Why'd you have to do that? So, a couple things about this trailer. One, I got to be honest, I'm not too happy with the fact that they're changing voice actors for not only David Mason, but for Raul Menendez. The only reason they're doing it for Raul Menendez is unfortunately because the actor who originally played Raul Menendez unfortunately passed away. So rest in peace to that actor. Um, I gotta say, I don't know how to feel about this game yet. I thought the trailer was cool until they revealed it was Black Ops 7. I thought I th- I got to be honest, I played Black Ops 2 and it was one of my favorite Call of Duty games of all time. Um I I also played Black Ops 6. I even streamed Black Ops 6 and I got to be honest, the game wasn't horrible when it initially released. It was okay. And then recently they Activision and Treyarch have been making a lot of changes the community have not been very happy with. You don't believe me? Watch what's his name's channel, Ink Slasher. He's a pretty decent COD YouTube channel in my opinion. But anyway, what do I think about COD? I don't know. Will I buy it? Maybe. Hopefully it's not $80 like a lot of games are going to be nowadays, which is another thing. It's a whole other thing in of itself. So I'm not going to get into that right now. But anyway, let's move on to another thing that Microsoft announced at their Summer Games Fest showcase, which is their new console. But this is not the announcement video. What the hell? Sorry, the lights on one of my fans kind of fucked up, so I got to fix that in a minute. But anyway, let's get into the ROG Xbox Ally, which is a partnership between Xbox and Asus for a new handheld. Now, I'm going to be honest, Asus, I think they're not a terrible company. The lot of stuff with their motherboards is kind of fucked up, but you guys can look into that yourselves.
For the first time, a player is going to be able to hold the power of the Xbox.
Okay, I'm sorry. This is bothering me too much. Give me like 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds and I will get back to the video because as much as I want to ignore that, it's really bothering me. Oh, Lee and Lee, why do you do this to me? There we go. That was easy enough. All right. Back to the video. Again, I apologize about that. It was just really bothering me.
In their hand and take it with them anywhere they want to go.
This is a breakthrough moment for
She kind of reminds me of a boss I used to have. She wasn't a bad boss, to be honest.
Xbox.
It's a ruthlessly player-first, game-first Xbox experience.
The
Okay.
familiarity makes a huge difference. It just feels like you are home.
It's all about putting gaming front and center. We want to make this feel like it's a device that's built for players. That's our whole goal.
Welcome to Xbox.
I mean, if anybody could do it, it's Microsoft and Asus. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Handhelds are really in, and I think they're extremely underrated. Like, I used to have a PSP back in the day, and that thing was criminally underrated.
Xbox Ally.
Alrighty.
So in partnership with Asus, we're going
Redmond, Washington.
to be releasing two devices, the Xbox Ally and the Xbox Ally X. And the first thing you're going to notice about these devices is this new design. For me, it feels like I'm holding an
Excuse me.
Xbox.
It goes back to the Xbox game controller. People have muscle memory, the shape, the way it fits in your hands, the asymmetrical thumbsticks, the ABXY. And imagine just pulling that apart and dropping in a full color, rich display to put the game right into your hands.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, that Xbox controller is iconic. That's why you see a lot of companies emulate it because it's a very comfortable controller. Hell, I used to be a PlayStation boy for the majority of my console gaming years until I moved to PC. But yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. The Xbox controller, there's a reason they haven't really changed it as much is because it's so iconic and because it's so comfortable. And in my opinion, it's one of the better controllers of our time. But that's just me.
That's where this project started, bringing the Xbox experience into a handheld category.
The color of the buttons, that familiar ergonomic gamepad feel, the ability to have impulse triggers, right?
We have that precision Xbox controller experience, the rumble feedback and the
Oh,
haptics.
cool.
It just feels so natural.
You pick it up, it looks like an Xbox, it feels like an Xbox, it plays like an Xbox.
I love the screen.
Very
the
cool.
screen is absolutely gorgeous.
We thought about the brightness that you needed on the panel. 1080p, 120 hertz refresh rate, and VRR.
It was so
I mean, 1080p still has its place in the world, in my opinion. I feel like more companies are kind of moving towards like 1440, but and again, that's just
important to us that the experience from both the hardware and software side feel like an Xbox device from the moment you turn it on.
That's what people love about consoles. Press the power button and play. No configuration necessary. I just want to play games.
So let's take them to game.
I mean, that is true. That is very true. That's one of the big things about consoles that kind of beat PC gaming is the convenience factor, in my opinion. The big reason for me that I don't struggle with PC gaming as much is because I work with computers for a living, so is that.
Let's take them straight to Xbox. Let's take them straight into what they want to do. You know that amazing
Uh-huh.
moment when the Nexus comes up on the screen and you know you're about to have a fun time? Let's bring that to handheld.
Everything's coming together across the silicon, across the hardware, across the operating system to really deliver that Xbox first experience that players have been asking for. And the full gameplay experience that you expect on a PC or a console, it's now available in your hands.
Very cool.
The Xbox Ally is designed to be your great portable gaming companion, allowing you to bring your entire library of games with you on the go.
It's just a super flexible device. It's going to give me a great balance in terms of the battery life and the performance. It also has fantastic cloud playing experiences built into it.
It gives you all the performance that you seek for AAA games.
All right, let's see. ROG Ally 7-inch IPS 1080p 120 hertz VRR screen, AMD Ryzen Z2 architecture APU. AMD's pretty solid. 16 gigabits. Why did I say gigabits? Gigabytes of memory. 500 gigabytes of 512 gigabytes of storage. That's not enough, in my opinion. Especially with modern games, that's not enough. And 60 watt-hour battery.
Wonderful length of battery life, given the new efficient processor it has and large battery size.
If you've played a console,
Hey, those are pretty solid specs, but minus the 512 gigabyte storage. That's nothing.
it's what you'd expect it to be.
That's probably like
to get games,
that's like 3 or 4 big AAA games nowadays.
remote play to your console. It's a very familiar experience.
The Xbox Ally is great. The Xbox Ally X is the best handheld I've ever tried.
Xbox Ally X is really designed for the most demanding players who want a premium experience, including the highest resolutions, the highest fidelity.
I want to see pricing of this. That's what I want to see.
And the
personally.
highest frame rates.
The Xbox Ally X is really for some.
Okay, let's see. Same display. Z2 Extreme APU. Okay. 24 gigs of memory. That's okay. 1 terabyte of storage. And, ooh, an even bigger battery. So, all right. Not terrible. I think this is slightly better. Still not great, but better.
Someone that is seeking that next level of game.
This is your
Now, here's my question. Are you able to expand the storage of this? Because if you're allowed to add more storage to this, that would be great, in my opinion.
Absolute behemoth. All the bells and whistles. You've maxed out your storage, the performance of the product and the chip.
The Ryzen AI Z2 Extreme is the absolute best in terms of handheld processors that you can have today.
Okay.
Industry-leading AI engine in your handheld device. Inconceivable even 3 years ago.
We have integrated in the power of AI experiences in ways that haven't even been imagined.
That means for the players, it's easier to enjoy, easier to start, and having help, AI is a companion for players.
Think of all the
How many people are actually going to use that AI companion stuff? Because Most people don't really use it to a degree that people think they do.
Use cases that would
I mean,
blend
I use it, but
AI-based
not like that.
audio, AI-based gaming assisting functions, AI-based rendering capabilities.
We wanted to build a handheld that can play the latest AAA games. I'm super excited. We've done something really, really good together.
All right,
Perfect
cool.
blend of performance, power efficiency, functionality, and amazingly, this is just the beginning.
The journey.
What do we call this? I call it the pizza box.
It was called the cardboard unit, is what they sent us. This was from Asus. This is the very beginning stages of what would become Xbox Ally and the Xbox Ally X.
When we started prototyping, there were a lot of
Type A.
naysayers internally saying that, hey, look, Asus, you don't have game content. We went to Microsoft and say, hey, Microsoft, is there an opportunity for us to build a handheld category with Windows?
So we did actually get a functional build of Windows running on this, and you could play a game.
Oh yeah, we powered it on. I think I played Quake on it.
What version of Windows are they
Handheld
using, by the
gaming
way?
community.
What version of Windows are they using? That I'm very curious about. Because if it's Home,
Nope.
Home is terrible. Home is terrible. It's extremely limited. It doesn't let you do a lot, especially if you're someone that is like into computers. If you ever buy a Windows computer, do not buy Windows Home. Get a Windows Pro license. Install your own version, your own copy of Windows. Trust me, you will thank me later.
Is absolutely one of the most enthusiastic community we've seen. They provided so much feedback with our first rendition of Ally.
We realized there are so many things that our community can tell us that we can do a better job.
It came down to the fact that these devices were not really truly gaming-oriented devices, the way we think about consoles and Xbox.
Okay.
Hey, let's have Microsoft come in and revamp the software on this, turn it into an Xbox without getting rid of everything that makes Windows great. Let's turn this into a console worthy of the name console, worthy of the name Xbox.
That was the moment where we said, wow.
That's when all the light bulbs started to go off.
So we decided to start a partnership with them and do something wholly unique for us as Xbox.
We have different yet very complementary capabilities. You have Asus making industry-leading hardware, and you take Xbox and you bring all of the experience we have in console and in gaming and bring that
How's that warranty thing going for you guys for Asus, huh?
together into this portable device.
If you know,
How do
you
we
know.
start with this and add this to make it feel like a combination of Asus and Xbox working together?
I mean, this is exaggeration, but at the end of the day, you're doing some form of the flat fingers. You get a device like this, and that makes it just so much more comfortable to hold on to the entire time.
Agreed.
That opens up more access to your index fingers with your shoulder bumper, as well as those triggers at the back. It just feels more intuitive.
No one has ever seen this before, and this was a request from you
Yes.
as a kickoff for like a proof of concept of like, what if we put an Xbox button on an Asus Ally?
You could imagine a world where that button on this device was the Xbox button that you see on an Xbox controller.
When we were talking to the designers at Asus, they were basically saying, well, our products, they're not round, they're angular chisels and angles. And so this is the new Xbox button shape.
To place
All right.
the Xbox Nexus on the rhombus is such a beautiful representation of the marriage of the precision, the robustness of Asus's design and the power of Xbox.
Something that I think is really cool is we have a micro texture, which is that little Easter egg that starts to hint to the partnership between Asus and Xbox.
All right, I'll admit this looks pretty cool, but I'm still interested in two things: pricing. Actually, no, that's the one thing I am interested in is pricing. What is the pricing going to be?
It is the best of Xbox.
I'll explain why at the end of the
It is the
at the end
best
of
of
this.
Windows. Working with Asus and creating something specifically designed to help gamers have the experience that they have so long dreamt of.
Until now, the experience that you could have on the go was just
All
not even
right.
remotely close to the experience that you could have playing games at home.
You look at this device in your hand and you're just blown away. How did we put this incredibly high-end console into a handheld.
I think once people hold it in their hands for the first time,
Ooh,
they're
that
going
looks.
to be sold.
Go back. Go back. Go
Into a
back.
handheld.
I think once people
That looks nice. That all black. That looks really nice.
hold it in
I
their
like
hands
that.
for the first time, they're going to be
So
sold.
cool.
Instant on, get right into your game. It feels like everything you wanted a handheld to be, but it wasn't quite getting there. This is it.
When you boot up your Xbox Ally, it's going to boot into the Xbox experience.
We're turning off the desktop and other processes to optimize for gaming. That lets you have all of this memory back that can go just towards your games.
I don't know about that.
Windows. All I have to think about is my game and being focused on my game and how I'm going to get my highest score, how I'm going to be able to complete that level. Those are right there for me.
You're just one button press away from getting your game bar that allows you to access various functionalities, utilities, and settings.
Game bar is going to bring all this fantastic utility there for you. You'll be able to, see the performance.
Has anybody ever really used Game Bar? Because I don't. Personally, I always shut that shit off because I don't use it.
The games, you'll be able to send messages to your friends.
Your most recently used games, connecting to a Wi-Fi network, or changing the volume.
If I wanted to bring some app experiences thanks to the game bar, like Discord and stuff, I don't have to leave my gaming experience.
Ooh, Discord.
We made it really fast, controller friendly.
It's all there and meeting the player's needs rather than having the players find it.
But what's so special about the Xbox Ally is that you can play all of the games that are available on Windows from whatever storefront or launcher that be. All of them are available for you on the go.
Now, this is a game changer, in my opinion. The fact that Xbox is not only partnered with Asus, but they're seemingly also partnering with Steam. And actually, no, they own Battle.net technically, so that's not a real partnership. But still, that's a big deal.
You don't have
in my
to kick
opinion.
out to a bunch of different launchers. You go to one shared library and they're all there for you.
The real magic of Xbox Play Anywhere is the fact that I'm taking my progression, my achievements with me anywhere that I go.
That's your identity. That's your library.
Cyberpunk.
Community that you have anywhere you are, not where the device is. Xbox is about you.
Not, I want to play that, I need to go over there. No, I want to play the game I want to play. Like anywhere. What game do you want to play? Here it is.
Xbox is everywhere. Whether you download it, play locally on your device, or you play in the cloud, it should be a unified experience.
Being able to unlock people from a single device is magic.
It's going to be faster to fun. There's going to be more ways to play, and you are going to be blown away with the size and scale of access that you have to your content and library.
All right.
You know, one thing that is true is how much play is important to who we are as humans. And when you hold that in your hand and you can take it with you everywhere, I think there's just something beautiful about that we all need. That's what Ally brings to Xbox players.
I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like this is going to be the one that everybody's going to buy because not to shit all over this one, but again, 512 gigabytes of storage? Really? In 2025? Come on, man. But to round out my thoughts about this new handheld by Xbox, I think conceptually it's cool. It's a cool idea. Yeah, handhelds are in. Ever since the original Switch came out, I feel like it's been one of those things that everybody's been trying to emulate because the Switch was so popular when it came out. Which I don't exactly blame companies for doing that. So there's that. But yeah, overall, cool concept in my opinion. What I would say will be the biggest determining factor on whether or not this does well or not is going to be how it's priced. If it's like anywhere north of $1,000, it's probably not going to sell well. Let's be honest. Because let's be real, and to my PC gaming crowd, you're probably going to know this already. Asus, they have a history of charging premiums for their products. They don't always do it, but in a lot of cases they do it. And I'll be honest with you, if this, like I said, me personally, I don't know if I would buy it right away. I'd probably wait till like it went on sale for a bit. But if I got a good offer on it, or if a company sent it to me for free, I'd use it. But yeah, anyway, that's it for this episode of the Doghouse. If you're on the live, stay tuned. We're going to get into the after show portion. If you're watching this on YouTube, stay tuned for the meme of the day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Alrighty. Let me put the music back on. I'd love to join your live streams whenever you're streaming and Discord. Oh, cool. All right. I appreciate that. I greatly appreciate that. Matter of fact, I'm going to save your username so I can add you. Damn it, that's not what I want. Give me like 2 seconds, guys. Sorry. I completely forgot how to do this. God damn it. Here we go. I think this is how you do it. Here we go. Add friend. All right. I just sent you a friend request. But I do appreciate you joining the streams. Like I said, this is my very first Kick stream, so I'm still getting the hang of this. Basically, now this is the portion of the show where I pretty much do like an after show-ish thing. And we can watch some videos. I saw one from Optimus recently. Oh, crap. I didn't mean to turn the music off. That's okay. Apparently, everybody's passwords got leaked. Let's see what this guy's talking about. But also, let me put the music back on. There we go.
Going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we're going to be talking about what is now being considered the largest data breach or password breach in history. I mean, we are talking about 16 billion login credentials being leaked over dozens of data sets that have basically gone unnoticed by the public, it seems like. I mean, we've seen a couple of reports from like the mainstream media and some tech journalists, but for what
Let me turn it down a little bit.
It seems like it's a much bigger deal than what's being led on here. Now, obviously, as computers have become more normalized and basically everything in our life revolves more and more around the internet, there has been these growing concerns of cyber attacks and data breaches, passwords getting hacked, all these different things, right?
He's not wrong. That is a big thing.
I mean, this
it has become a problem.
fraud has become this massive global industry
And with AI, it's becoming even worse now.
that has exploded over time as the computers have come along and revolutionized everything in our lives. So this is a pretty significant incident here. And I mean, it's not really discriminating against companies here. It's not like, you know, these are some unknown companies or some even corporations or anything that you would think have lax security. These are some of the largest tech companies in the world that are affected.
No.
Some of the largest social media platforms.
Don't tell me it's
These
who I
are
think it
places
is.
you would think would basically be leading the, I guess, tech realm in terms of account security and things like that. 16 billion passwords to Apple, Facebook, Google, and other social media accounts, as well as government services, were leaked in what researchers are calling the largest data breach ever,
Oh, that's not good.
according to reports. The leak exposed 16 billion login credentials and passwords, prompting both Google to tell billions of users to change their passwords and the FBI to warn Americans against opening suspicious links in SMS messages, according to a report published Thursday in Forbes. Research
Well, looks like I gotta change my passwords when I'm done.
Researchers at Cyber News who have been investigating the leak found, quote, 30 exposed data sets containing from tens of millions to over 3.5
Looks like
million
I gotta do
All
that.
but one of these data sets have not been previously reported as being exposed, so the data impacted is all considered new. Quote, this is not just a leak, it's a blueprint for mass exploitation, the researchers said, and they are right. These credentials are ground zero for phishing attacks and account takeover. Quote, these aren't just old breaches being recycled, they warned. This is fresh, weaponizable intelligence at scale. So like I said, these are some pretty important and big companies that have been affected, including Google, who, by the way, is the gateway for your YouTube account as well. So since this is, I guess, affecting Google, it is probably going without a little bit of saying here that you should be changing your passwords. And I don't mean just change one of your account passwords. You should probably be changing basically every password that you have. And I know that most of you honestly are using like the same 1 or 2 passwords. You're not even like bringing in new or harder to crack passwords. A lot of you are just using, you know, password 123 or your birthday. So yeah, you
Oh dear
probably
Lord.
should be changing your password.
I swear to God, if you're using the word password as your password in 2025, you're fucking cooked. I'm sorry. You're cooked. You should never, ever. And take it from a guy who works in IT. Never do that. Never use the word password as your password. Ever. It is so bad and it's such a security risk. You're just asking to get hacked at that point, pretty much.
And I know a lot of you, oh, but what's going to happen if my accounts are hacked or accessed? Well, there is a pretty big amount of caution to be had with a lot of these different
What game
things.
is this,
Now,
by the
with
way?
a lot of these data breaches, and I'm not saying this one in particular, I'm just saying in the grand scheme of things, because this is a growing phenomena where it seems like every other month now, there's some massive exploitation, some new data set hits the dark web, your information is exposed in a new way. We're at a point where a lot of people just don't care or they don't even realize what's being leaked, but in some of these cybersecurity incidents, it's not just passwords. Now, this one here in particular seems to be like user data, like passwords or whatever that has been leaked for all these different platforms. But in some of these other breaches and data thefts and whatnot, right, there is more sensible information that is stolen. For instance, in some cyber attacks and ransomware attacks and whatnot, people can have their names, home addresses, social security numbers, phone numbers, personal information, other things like this leaked in these dark web database leaks, right?
My
so
God,
it
man.
is one of these things where, yeah, you know, oh, you might think it's just your password or whatever, but for a lot of you, you also have to remember, I know a lot of you probably use the same password for like your bank account that you use for other shit. You gotta think, most people have no password etiquette. They don't really go out of their way to make creative passwords, so these
He's spitting facts here. That is very true.
These kinds of
That
things
is
can
very
affect
true.
a lot of people in pretty negative, pretty shitty ways, right?
Mhm.
And the issue is, this isn't even like a limited thing. This is a pretty massive breach. 16 billion login credentials. I mean, you can just assume that basically everybody using the internet had their information involved in this in some way or another. I mean,
Mhm.
if it's not literally basically
Most
everybody,
likely.
it's got to be like a pretty massive portion. Most of that intelligence was in the format of a URL followed by logins and passwords. That information then allowed access to, quote, pretty much any online service imaginable from Apple, Facebook, and Google to GitHub, Telegram, and various government services. While
Wait.
worrisome, the researchers found that the data...
Wait a minute. Isn't GitHub owned by Microsoft? Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Hang on a second. I gotta check something. Because I'm pretty sure GitHub is owned by I really gotta get rid of that shit. Anyway. Give me like 2 seconds, guys. Because Who owns GitHub? I was right. They're owned by Microsoft. That's so weird. Why would... I didn't see Microsoft on this list, so I'm surprised they're the ones in
data
trouble
sets were
too.
exposed very
Granted,
briefly with enough time.
they get hacked all the time. If realistically, I feel like the reason that people don't take these things seriously is because they happen all the time. But usually when they get hacked, it's usually for like minor stuff, but whatever.
For them to be discovered, but not long enough for researchers to figure out who was controlling the data. Researchers have determined the leak is the work of multiple info stealers, but it's impossible to tell how many people or accounts were exposed, according to Cyber News. The experts urge people to invest in password management solutions, not share their passwords, and to stay alert in the event their passwords are compromised. Alright, so obviously they're right now probably trying to figure out the full extent of what exactly is going on here. I mean, this is a pretty massive situation. It is, like I said, the biggest password breach in history up until this point. And it seems like only a few months ago we were talking about the new, largest cyber attack that had ever taken place. In fact, it seems like every couple of weeks or something, this headline is coming up. So we're kind of at this point where everybody is, I think, becoming more aware of these kinds of situations. I mean, I'm sure most of you watching this video probably have your spam notifications on your text messages turned off at this point, because if you don't, you're gonna have unknown numbers calling you, texting you saying, oh, we're the USPS, your parcel couldn't be delivered, or they're saying, oh, we're the DMV, here's your license info, Amazon failed delivery for your package, and it's always some spam link where if you click it, it's going to try and harvest information from you, it's going to try and get your information for your accounts, and it's basically going to steal your shit, right? So it's not like this is some one-off thing that only a few people deal with. I think we're kind of all at the point where this is a daily nuisance for everybody watching this. So if you're one of the people who are somehow avoiding dealing with this kind of stuff, you must be one of the luckiest people on the planet. I genuinely envy the fact that you do not deal with this. Now, what does this mean going forward? Well, obviously, I once again think this goes without saying. This is basically
Change your passwords.
just the way life is now.
Yeah.
And it sucks to say that, because you would think that with these big companies, they invest so much money into like their networks, into their security, into their entire, like, I guess, structure of their business. You would think that you would be more protected from these kinds of things, but the truth is, these cyber crimes and the cyber criminals carrying them out have gotten so sophisticated at this point in time. I mean, they've had decades now, basically, to kind of build up these strategies that they're employing and build up this ransomware wave that they've been doing, you know, just building up all these different strategies to steal.
That is true. I would say that, like I said in the beginning of this, AI has also made it extremely a lot more difficult for these companies to catch up, because AI is becoming a lot smarter and it's making hacking a lot easier.
Steal people's information and make money off of it, right? So more people than ever are using the internet, more people than ever are signing up for things, and more people than ever have all these different accounts they don't know how to manage, which means that, you know, these old outdated accounts that get left for years, you know, you breach the website, you have a password.
Yeah.
Like I said, most people use the same password. You get one password, you can break 5 of their other accounts if you play your cards right. And that's for like the average internet user. So that's probably why in the last few years you've heard so much more about, you know, oh, you need a password manager, oh, don't click suspicious links, all these different things. I mean, it's gotten so insane, right, that I didn't realize this. I was playing Counter-Strike 2 the other day, obviously through Steam, and I realized I was getting a bunch of these like random friend requests. Now, I thought that it was just people adding me because like, oh, they saw my account on YouTube or whatever, they wanted to add me because they want to play a game with me or something, right? So I would add these accounts and they would instantaneously message me like, hey, want to play CS2? And so I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Because it's like instantaneous multiple accounts. I look it up and there's this new scam going around on Steam where people are using these bot accounts, spamming friend requests. You think that it's just somebody you played with or something. You add these people as a friend. They invite you to a lobby. They send you a link to like a Face-It lobby or something. Next thing you know, it's actually a phishing attempt. You click the link, they're stealing your Steam information, and they're...
Well, it's a good thing that I don't really use Steam that much as I should. For someone that claims to be a PC gamer, I do not game as often as I should, man. I kind of feel bad about it.
siphoning all of your skins and valuables out of your account. Now that's the thing, these kinds of attacks are just happening all across the board. There's no one area of tech really in particular where you can get away from this kind of stuff. I mean, playing video games on Steam, you have to worry about fake friend requests trying to steal all of your skins. When you're playing, you know, video games on other platforms, same thing, you're worried about people stealing your account. Your Google account, you're worried about people hacking. Apple, worried about people hacking. Microsoft, worried about people hacking. Every company, everything, your bank, you know, your PayPal,
Oh,
everything that you
what a
use
day.
online.
What a
It has
day.
gotten to the point where you're
Yeah.
constantly worrying, fuck, am I using some breached password? Am I recycling my bank password? Is this password strong enough, right? All for 3 months later, you have to refresh the cycle. That way you don't get your shit leaked in a new breach, right? Well, obviously the right thing to do is constantly update your
I feel like a lot of companies nowadays are making you change your passwords nowadays, which I think is a slightly good thing. I know at my job that they make you do that. They make you, like, every couple months or so you have to change your password.
passwords. That helps protect you in instances like this. But
And
also at the
two-factor.
same time, you have to be kind of, I guess, aware of what's going on. Because, like I said, I feel like this is not being reported as much as it should be, right? Because I get a lot of these 16 million data records or whatever that were leaked. They're probably duplicates, same person, different accounts or whatever, right? But at the same time, even if, like, a fraction of these accounts are in a position where they're vulnerable or whatever, I feel like a lot of these people probably have no idea that this shit is even going on in the first place. So if there's not some sort of like widespread messaging to let people know, hey, your passwords are vulnerable, they have been accessed possibly, you should probably be resetting all of your sensitive passwords and things like that. That's the kind of way that we can really combat this, because they always talk about every year all this.
Another way to combat it is two-factor, or MFA, or multi-factor authentication. Basically what that is it's a way for you to not only just sign in, but also for the system to check, okay, this person is live, or this person's trying to sign in from this location. Is that you? No, it's not me. Okay, we'll block that sign in. Oh, I see you tried to sign in from this place. Yeah, that's me. Okay, yeah. So that's pretty much what it does.
The cybercrime has reached a new peak in terms of money that it's stolen from the world. Yeah, of course it's going to continue to steal money and siphon resources from people and make all of this money in illicit ways. If people are blind to what's going on, they have no idea that their accounts are even vulnerable in the first place. Most people are not tech illiterate. That's the reality of the situation. You would think that because we've had computers for like 30 years now and internet access for 30 years now, in the average household in America, you would think that people would know this stuff. You would think that people got it back in like 1997. Oh, I should change my password. But that's not the case. People today are still, once again, password 123, first name 123, shit like that, right? It's the easy, memorable go-to password. Everybody does it. And that's the problem, because when shit like this happens, next thing you know, you're locked out of your $2,000 Steam wallet because your password was breached.
Who has 200 Wait, what did he say? I'm sorry.
No, you're locked out of your $2,000 Steam wallet because your password was...
Why the hell? All right, sorry.
breach. You can't get into your email because your Google has been completely stolen. These are the kinds of things you want to avoid. Nobody wants to go through this shit, right? So the problem is we're going to keep going through it. And I don't think there's ever going to be a point where we're really mentally free from this shit. Especially with like artificial intelligence and stuff coming up, you know, you hear all the time, oh, it's going to make everything so much safer. Sure, it might, but it's like the same thing we're dealing with now. There's all these researchers, there's all these programs that people are constantly improving, trying to prevent attacks like this. But the criminals are also intelligent. They're also growing and increasing their capabilities. It's a tug of war, and it's always gonna be. There's gonna be a point where, yeah, artificial intelligence may crack the code for 2 years. And then next thing you know, they'll fight back. It's how it always goes. But the thing is, with our lives increasingly becoming more and more digitized, all of our financial systems become...
All right, I think you guys get the point of this. So I'm going to move on to something else because I don't want to bore you guys to death. Actually, let me see something. What have we got? What have we got? What have we got? All right, we're almost at an hour. I'll probably do one more video and then call it a night. Because I do have work in the morning, so there's that. And I gotta edit this doghouse video, so. Ooh, this could be interesting. Actually, there was another trailer that I wanted to show you guys. Where is that video? I hate when this happens, when I can't find something. All right, you know what? I'm going to call it right now because I can't find the video. Maybe if I'm on tomorrow. Actually, I won't be on tomorrow because I'll be having drinks with some of my friends. But anyway, I really got to fix this. Hang on you know what? While I'm oh no. Idiot. I meant to I wonder. Can I end? Yes, there we go. Perfect. I was trying to delete the widgets. There we go. All right. All right, guys. I've been on long enough. I am going to call it a night. Thank you for being here. To all my Kick viewers, thank you so much for being here. I greatly appreciate it. I think this first Kick stream went pretty well in my opinion, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments. If you're on Kick, check out my YouTube channel, check out my Twitch channel. All my socials are there. Or at least they should be there. Let me double check. Yeah, all my socials are still there. Oh, I got a follower. Nice. Thank you to that one person that followed me. But anyway, I'm going to head out. But before I go, I am going to clear my soundboard. A little tradition I have. Thank you.
Bruh. Nope. Yep.
What the fuck? What the why?
I don't care.
Stop the cap.
Dumbass motherfucker. She belongs to the streets.
You're going to jail. You're going to jail.
I got to update that a little bit. But anyway, guys, have a good night. I'll see you.